Joined in the Porn Crush studio today by Jewelz Blu. Jewelz, one of the biggest names in the adult industry. And Jewelz, you told me back in the fall that 2024 was going to be a big year for you. And the more I'm reading, the more I'm hearing that is ringing true. Before we get into the specifics, just kind of tell me about your mentality and your excitement level right now about your career.
Like, I'm over the moon right now. I'm so excited. I feel like, I've been working really hard these years, and I feel like right now, like all the things that I've been like working towards, like it's like everything that I've been like kind of manifesting, working towards, and wanting to happen, like it's all happening this year and is like, in the process of actually happening. So it's really exciting.
Absolutely. Well, let's get right to it. Everyone has their different opinions on when to shoot an anal scene earlier in their career, later in their career, whatever it may be. You're celebrating, I guess, 5 years in the industry, as we mentioned, and
Mm-hmm.
now is the time for your first anal scene to drop. It's coming out on Brazzers. With
Yes.
Scott Nails, one of the top male talents in the business. Kind of just tell me about the thought process that went into finally getting that done.
Well, so when I like joined porn, I already knew that I like, I wanted to do it all, but I didn't want to like do it all right away. And because, I know this industry is like really hard. It's taxing like not only on the body, but the mind. And for me, it's like I wanted like not just like longevity, but also it's kind of like hot to like hold out on some of the stuff too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because then it's like it's not only like is keeping the fans waiting, but it keeps me like waiting and excited too. And I also see it like as a strategic thing to do, and like there's no judgment towards like people who like want to do it like first, but for me like this like felt this like timing. Around this time felt right for me and right for my body, and, I feel like also you don't necessarily need anal to be successful. And I mean, I'm still around, so that
You
shows
got a pretty
that.
good solid out. You got a pretty good solid out. Okay.
But I feel like for me, like I think of it as like this kind of like climatic part in my like career. Like I've been waiting to do it. The companies have been waiting to do it. The
Mhm.
fans have been waiting. And now that it's like finally about to happen, and I'm like, oh, I've been like teasing it online, trying to like something's coming, can't
Mhm.
say, but it's coming. And I don't know, it's like very exciting because then I just like, I feel like it's gonna not that like I have lost life in my career, but it's gonna like give me like another surge, because then, I can shoot anal for all the other companies that haven't shot me with it yet.
Yeah.
So
Now, is anal something that you had been doing much in your personal life? Was it a kind of a challenge to get to the point where you were ready to do it, or uh,
um I've like kind of like dabbled in like, anal play stuff like throughout my career, but I didn't really get serious about like, the prepping and everything until last year. And last year I thought like I was gonna be doing my debut, but it didn't happen. So I basically been like prepping and getting ready for like a year
yeah,
now. So like once I figured out like my routine with like the help of like, asking other like top anal performers, I felt like it was pretty easy.
yeah. I mean, I know you're still probably somewhat inexperienced with anal, but I mean, are you at a point where you enjoy it? I mean, do you like it, or?
Yes. Oh yes. Oh no. When I shot my scene, like there, like honestly, that day was. And I told this to my friends too. I'm like, if there was ever like a perfect first anal, like I'm pretty sure there are many, but I feel like mine is definitely one of them. Like that day, everything went right, nothing went wrong, nothing hurt. Like it was a wonderful experience. I also like did pile driver and anal too, which
Oh
I
wow,
feel like that's a very advanced position for your first anal
yeah,
scene.
you're pulling out all the stops right off the.
Yeah, so I don't know, like it doesn't. I don't like. I feel like for me, if something's hurting on camera, you shouldn't be doing it at all. Like
Mhm.
even like because for me, like I believe sex, all types of sex should be pleasurable, and like I don't want to be doing something where I'm feeling pain.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I'm
So yeah,
sure
it's all
working.
feeling good. Nothing hurts. It's
Yeah,
great.
good. And I'm sure working with a veteran male talent like Scott Nails was helpful as well, right? And he
Oh
probably
yeah, no, he was awesome. The whole crew, everyone was absolutely amazing and like so attentive to me if I like needed anything. You
Mhm.
know, it was like a very surreal experience just because I had been wanting like it to happen for such a long time. And like mid scene, I was like, whoa, this is actually I'm actually doing it. I'm getting fucked in my ass. Yay.
You're gonna be requesting those scenes now. You're gonna be the new anal queen of porn, I guess, year to year. Who knows? But
Oh, it's coming.
yeah,
I got more anal on the calendar for this month, so
you do okay.
yeah.
Now are we gonna have to wait another year or two for the DP? Are you gonna hold off?
Oh, that is in the works right now.
We're not gonna wait 5 years for that, right? Okay,
No. All the things, all of the firsts are happening this year. I can say that for sure
okay, good. Uh,
with confidence.
Speaking of first, or maybe this is more of a like career milestone. And I know you can't get too detailed, but word on the street, Jules, is that a company has pegged you for a showcase, and
Yeah.
you are gonna finally get the Jewelz Blu showcase out. It's been a long time coming. You certainly are deserving of that. How did that all come together? And again, I know you can't talk about the company, but give us whatever detail you feel comfortable sharing.
So I was actually approached last year by them at X3 and them telling me that they wanted to do a showcase with me.
Mm,
This mystery company. I'm just gonna keep it at that.
okay.
But like it didn't happen because unfortunately I was not with the best representation. And so fast forward to this year when I was at AVN, they approached me in person again and they're like, hey, like we really want to do this with you this year. So that was like one of the first things I did after AVN was contact them like, hey, like let's get this ball rolling. And then when they told me that, you know, they want me to like basically if I want to like stylize it, like, you know, do theming and like the concept because they've seen the stuff that I do for my own content. And so the first my showcase is going to include my first DP, gangbang,
Oh wow,
and some other fun scenes.
some other
So
stuff. Wow,
yeah.
about 4 scenes total. I'm guessing. Does that sound
Yeah,
right?
4 scenes.
I gotta think it makes it even more gratifying, like you mentioned, that you're getting to kind of call a lot of the shots on what happened.
Yeah, no, it feels really good. I honestly feel really blessed that, you know, my creative like, you know, direction is something that is like trusted and valued,
Hmm.
especially I don't know, because when I work on my own, you know, content and scenes, I'm doing a lot of like planning and like directing for them and, you know, kind of like, you know, mild scripting, so
Yeah,
it's really exciting because like I'm already shooting like big production, like studio level, like content on my own. And
yeah,
so I feel like, you know, being involved in the creative process, like it feels right for me.
right. I was going to ask you about that. I mean, very few, if any, performers, put as much effort, I think, into their own content as you, as far as just making it look really good, high end professional shoots. Are you still going at a pretty good pace with that, or has all this other stuff kind of slowed you down on that a little
Oh no,
bit?
we're still going. We're still going. I actually am working on something later this week, kind of like a cinematic type like vaporwave like cyber vibe.
Hmm.
I kind of with all my like cinematic scenes I kind of want to like showcase like different like aesthetics and vibes. One that I did recently, I scripted out this scene with two of my European performer friends. They're an actual couple,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, let's do a threesome. But I'm like, instead of doing a regular threesome, I'm like, let's make it a storyline. Like, let's make it a script. And my like concept for it was like, okay, you guys in the scene are, you know, you're a couple because you're an actual couple in real life,
Hmm.
and you're like on a dating app to like look for a unicorn to spice up your night, and you find me, you match with me,
Yeah.
and little do you know that when you invite me over, you think I'm all sweet and innocent, and then I surprise you being like a dominatrix, and I kind of like dom you guys, boss you around, make you like fuck each other and like fuck me, and just something kind of like I don't know different because I haven't done a lot of scenes with like heavy dialogue for my own content,
Hmm.
and most of the times it's like there's like cinematic theming and like aesthetic. So I want to like challenge myself with that.
You just probably just really felt like dobbing someone. Is that what it was?
Maybe
That
that's too
side.
as well.
Where do you come up with ideas like that? Do they just kind of come to you when you're laying on the couch or laying in bed one
Um,
night, or and when they do you like do you hop up and jot them down, or how
I
does
do
that?
I do keep a list of ideas. I get inspired a lot from anime, from like, art I see. I get inspired also just like, you know, like color schemes. Just like random stuff will inspire me. Like one of my favorite things I did a while ago, I'm actually using some of this inspiration in my showcase. I did this like neon like shoes, like all solo videos, like solo hardcore. And I did like the backdrop is like kind of like this neon tropical vibe,
Mhm,
and there's like this like plexiglass mirror, and everything's just like very colorful, neon moody lighting.
mhm,
And I don't know, I just like want my porn that I make, I want the viewer to truly feel immersed in like the fantasy and like whatever like different like world I am creating.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, I know it's high quality stuff, and Jules, that we've talked about some pretty big things, but I don't know if any of them compare to the honor you received last week at the Pornhub Awards.
Yes.
Tell us what that was.
Oh my goodness. That was crazy. So, I've had many nominations over the years, and I've like, had movies that I've been in win awards. And so this one, being nominated for nicest pussy, I was like, you know, there's like not many things in the world, okay, where I'm like, I kind of need this award. I
You
hate
know what?
saying that. But it was funny because we were upstairs. I was upstairs with my friends when they started announcing it, and most of the times at award shows, like they announce like the nominees first and then like the winner,
Mhm,
and then they
mhm.
just started announcing names, and then I heard them just only announce my name, and I was like, wait a second, they
Yeah,
just said my name, and I was just like, I literally my face was literally like this for 10 minutes. I was like, that's so
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, how did it make like let's talk about the nicest pussy award on a curious level, because people might laugh and like not make light of it, but just kind of it's kind of a fun thing to talk about. But that has to make you feel pretty good, though. I
It
mean,
does. I mean, I've had a lot of people tell me, friends, people I've worked with, partners, so like I was like, seeing my name like nominated already, I was like, this is awesome. This is so cool. I like that my pussy won an award.
yeah, I mean, people are really paying attention to it, obviously. So, and that tells me too, though. I mean, just all jokes aside, that I mean, for you to win an award, a lot of that's fan driven. People are voting for you. I mean, that tells me people are watching the hell out of your stuff.
It's
How
crazy.
far
I
back?
love it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Since I've been in porn, like I like when I first got into porn, my like I remember this like very distinctly. Like my Pornhub ranking when I first got in, it was like really up there. I think I was like definitely within the top 100, like either like 50 or 75, but I've always consistently like been in like the 100, and like either like, within the 100 mark, or like,
Yeah, right in there,
like
hovering there.
just
Yeah.
right around there. Like I've consistently throughout my time, so that feels really good that people like that. And
Mhm.
also, I really like shout out to all of my fans who like voted for me, because I love my fans so much. I call them my blue team.
Is what you think.
Yes.
Jules, I was going to ask you too, and we talked about this, but your photo at that, it's still my favorite photo in my XBiz red carpet photo gallery was that pic of you on the XBiz red carpet. I just feel like you're looking as good as you have in a long time. I was wondering like about, your efforts in whether it be the gym or just to stay in shape. And because I know there's a lot of pressure on models to really keep their appearance up and
Oh
things
yeah,
like
there
that.
is.
What all goes into it for you?
Well, let's see. Well, I
Or
feel
does it
like,
just happen naturally? I don't know, maybe.
well, above all else,
Yeah,
okay, I know a lot. I myself, I get a little Botox here and there. Nothing crazy.
sure, sure.
Nothing crazy to look crazy. Definitely good sleep. eating really well. You know, we are like porn stars, we are athletes in a sense. And, you know, keeping our bodies like healthy and fit is essential to our job. Like our health is our job. Like if we are not healthy, we cannot do our job well. If you're
Mhm.
tired, you're not going to be performing well on set. You know, if you're like drinking all the time, you know, it's going to like show in your like body and everything, because those things like
Mhm.
wear you down. And like I like, you know, I go to the gym at least like, you know, 3 to 4 times a week. And if I'm not in the gym, I'm just trying to stay active other ways, like by going on walks, doing like some, you know, yoga at home, um, you know, eating really clean. I'm also vegan too. I've been vegan for like 10 years. So
I
I
didn't
feel like
know.
that has a lot to like attribute to my health as well. And gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah. When you say vegan, so no, that includes like chicken and fish and
Yeah,
everything.
none
Straight
of
up.
that.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Plus, I'm sure you get great exercise dancing at all these music festivals you and Adria Ray and your little crew go to. That seems to be a real passion of yours, just kind of shifting away from
Yes, it is.
porn. But tell me,
I'm big into the rave scene. Oh no, you froze there. Yeah, no, I'm big. I'm a big raver. I've been raving for a long time. Um, and just because for me, I'm really passionate with music. It's like fun. Also for me too, it's like kind of like my like escape.
listen,
Like, you know, they say work hard, play hard. So that's like my play hard. Like I don't like that's like my big like, you know, outing to go out and party. I don't really
yeah,
go to like, you know, clubs on the regular, like, you know, it's like maybe a couple things here and there. But
yeah,
yeah, raves are like my happy place. And that's
yeah,
you know, a lot of my like, you know, stylization in my scenes I get inspired from like, you know, rave
right.
outfits.
And correct me if I'm wrong too, but just from following you and Adrian and some of the others on social, it's like it's not just one kind of music. I mean, I even saw Adrian at Stagecoach last
Yeah.
year, but I mean, it doesn't. It could be rap, it could be club
Yeah.
music, whatever.
Techno, house, bass, trance, side trance,
Yeah.
drum and
So it's more,
bass, like
yeah,
everything. It's a lot of fun. And I like basically have sucked Adria as well into
yeah.
my rave world. I
What,
love her.
what are some events you're looking at, some concerts or raves or festivals you're looking forward to in the coming months here?
Ooh,
Coachella?
my next big one's EDC.
Okay. EDC.
Yeah, it's my next big one.
I have not been to that one, and everyone tells me I got to do it at least
It
once.
is the Super Bowl of all raves. It is insane.
Well, Last Angels, just shifting back to your career, like what's keeping you going? I mean, because we mentioned this is your 5 year anniversary, and a lot. Just to be frank, a lot of performers don't last more than 2 or 3 years, whether it's because of burnout or they get a boyfriend or whatever it may be. But what's driving you and keeping you going so
Ooh,
strong?
you know, I honestly love it. I love creating. I love being in this industry so much. I truly do. I love the work I do. Like, it's so fun. Like, you know, and that's why I like to have so much fun with what I create and, like, you know, for my own content. Because not only is it fun, but also keeps it interesting for me. And, like, this is really corny to say, but I truly see myself as like an artist in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you know, I love sex and like get to have sex with some of like the hottest people in the world. So I don't know, it's like, you know, as much as our industry has like ups and downs, there's a lot of like amazing things that come with it. And so yeah, that's what's kept me around there. And not gonna lie, there have been times like I never felt like quitting ever, but there have definitely been times in my career that felt really tough, like mentally. And I just not like thinking and I think a lot of that like mental toughness honestly came from being like I think being with an agency. Like now that I'm self-booking
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't have to deal with that, I feel so much like better mentally inside than I did like, you know, a year ago because you know, I feel like some of the agencies they kind of just like instill these industry politics into
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm. I got
and
you.
there's like drama and whatever, and like I don't
Sorry,
care
I
about
think I
that
froze
stuff. I
up.
like literally I just want to go I
I
just
was
want to
going to
be on
ask you. Okay, there. I was going
oh
to
you
ask
can
you. Yeah, I was going to ask you about booking independently. Does it take a special? kind of person to be able to do that, and because it's not easy, right? Or is it? I mean, what?
No, I mean, I will say this. So, like the benefit of being with an agency is like the companies, they go on the sites and they can like shop for the girls. That's like just,
Hmm.
we all know that.
Hmm.
Being self-booking, like it is trickier because I do have to like be kind of like working ahead of time for like the months that I want to fill up.
Yeah.
But I've had no trouble at all filling up my calendar whenever I want to.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing too, is like I'm already such an organized person to begin with, all the content I shoot. I also run my own OnlyFans. Like I have like calendars, spreadsheets, all this shit. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
I have to stay very organized and, also like I have an amazing track record as well being in porn. I've been in the industry for 5 years, and I've only canceled on a scene twice. And it was
Wow.
like a day, but it was like a day before or like a 2 day before cancel.
It wasn't that boring.
I've never same day canceled, never kill feed canceled. Like I value myself on being punctual and reliable because, either I know a lot of people in this industry aren't, and like this is a job, and time
Yeah.
is money, and it's like disrespectful, and like, obviously shit's gonna happen, but like I try to value myself on those ethics. So especially being self-booking, you kind of like have that like pressure of like, okay, I'm representing myself out here. No one else is representing me. So
Hmm.
I have to like, show them that, hey, like I'm going to be professional. I'm going to be showing up. And it's so rewarding. Like it is hard work because like, it's not like because I have to kind of be like thinking ahead, but again, I've had no struggle or issues like filling up my
Yeah.
calendar at all. And I think I don't see myself ever really going back to an agency because I love having like the full autonomy and control over my career and like
Mhm.
who I get to work with, like who I get to shoot for, and it just like feels good. Like
Yeah. Yeah. So many directors have told me and will tell anyone that there's a lot of good performers out there, but it's the one that have those intangibles, showing up, having a good attitude, being punctual, all those little things go such a long way. So, and you've
it's
obviously,
important. I mean,
yeah,
this is showbiz. You gotta like, we're trying to make movies out here.
I gotcha. Well, Jules, it sounds like you're making a lot of good movies. You've given you've given people a lot of things to look forward to with this interview, and good luck as you kind of embark on the showcase, and let's catch up again soon.
Oh, you
I
froze
said,
again.
no, yeah, good. I said, you've got a lot of people excited, about some of the things we talked about today. So good luck with the showcase as you embark on
Thank
that journey, and
you.
let's talk again once it's released.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Jules. All
Thank
right.
you.
Don't hang up just yet. I got to
Okay.
make this. Um, but yeah, those few times it froze,